What's up, Mavletic lovers and listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Maverick Postgame. We've got another full show for you today as Mesa men's basketball have an incredible victory.
And the women's basketball team demolished in a 31-point win.
Plus, men's lacrosse starts their season out strong.
And baseball makes a comeback with a redeeming win.
All of that and so much more as we move ahead into this recap-packed episode of Maverick Postgame. So with that being said, I'm your host, Grace Metcalf.
And I'm Stone Quinn.
Let's get into all the game-breaking stats, off-the-wall wins, heartbreaking losses, and in-depth analysis of our CMU athletics. Roll it!
Hello everyone, once again I'm Stone Quinn.
And I'm Grace Metcalf. Let's hop right in and take a look at all the Mavtastic action that took place this week here at CMU. The Colorado Mesa men's basketball made it 17 wins in 18 games with a 76-61 victory over CSU Pueblo at Bronson Arena. Owen Kuntz and Blaze Threat scored 28 of the team's 34 first-half points, and the Mavericks once again maintained a double-digit lead for effectively all of the second half. Kuntz started out on fire, making 6 of 8 field goals in a first half, where the rest of the Mavericks combined to shoot 7 for 21. The redshirt sophomore was a true three-level scorer, swishing a trio of three-pointers while also pounding the paint for turnaround jumpers and a dunk. Mac Reinecker contributed 6 rebounds and a team-high 4 assists. Reese Johnson tallied 5 points and 5 rebounds and also had the first multi-block game of his career, swatting away 2 Pueblo shots to triple up his season total, which now sits at 3. Colorado Mesa essentially iced the game just after halftime. After carrying a 7-point lead into the locker room, the Mavs opened the second half on a 10-0 run that included a pair of three-pointers from Threat. The redshirt sophomore guard scored 15 of his 27 points in the second half. Thunderwolves guard Leon Romero tried to play his team back into the game, scoring 15 points with 3 triples in the second half. But Michael McCurry hit a layup with 8 minutes and 44 seconds left to punctuate a 10-2 Maverick scoring run that bumped the lead back up to 17. As a team, the Mavericks were statistically close with the Werewolves in a lot of areas. The Mavs had a slight rebounding edge of 37-36 and a points in the paint edge of 30-26, while both teams had 12 turnovers in the end. In the end, ball movement helped the Mavericks as CMU dished out 15 assists to CSU Pueblo's 8, which enabled quality looks and a team shooting percentage of 47% for the Mavs.
The Colorado Mesa Mavs out-rebounded CSU Pueblo 45-16 in a convincing 74-43 victory over the Thunderwolves. Lori Gutierrez added 14 points while Monica Brooks finished with 7 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists on a night where she was honored as the team's lone senior, facing a CSU Pueblo team that favors a 5-guard lineup. The Mavericks attacked inside early and often with Reed, who accumulated 13 points and 8 rebounds in just the first quarter. Laura Gutierrez hit a pair of threes in the second quarter, half her total of 4 on the night. Monica Brooks and Jamison Heaton also made triples as CMU shot 57% from 3 in the second quarter and 46% from beyond the arc in the first half. The Mavericks led 41-22 at halftime. Colorado Mesa continued to play great defense throughout the second half. The Mavericks kept their foot on the gas late, outscoring CSU Pueblo 20-8 in the final quarter. They have now won 5 in a row, their longest streak of the season. This win broke a tie with CSU Pueblo for the number 7 seed, improving the Mavericks to 12-14 overall and 11-9 in the RMAC. As a team, the Mavericks led in all statistics, having an overall field goal percentage of 50%, 44% outside of the paint, and 87% within the paint. The Lady Mavs gained 45 rebounds to the Thunderwolves' 16 and wound up having 15 turnovers to CSU's 7.
The Colorado Mesa men's lacrosse got off to a flying start offensively and made enough defensive plays down the stretch to defeat Colorado College 15-9 in the 2023 season opener. Jed Brumett recorded a hat trick to pace the scoring. 2 of Brumit's goals came in the first period as the Mavericks scored 8 goals in the first 15 minutes and led by 6 after a quarter. Drew Eichelman, James Steinke, Hunter Holcomb, and Dylan Checketts scored 2 goals apiece, with Eichelman adding 3 assists for a 5-point night. Calvin Doset made 11 saves against 9 goals allowed to get his first win of the season in net. Then the floodgates opened as the Mavericks scored 5 times in the final 5 minutes of the first quarter. Jed Brumit scored his first off an assist from Eichelman with 4 minutes and 41 seconds left before Checketts found the net just 6 seconds later. Brumit scored his second goal 40 seconds after that before his brother, JJ Brumit, got an assist on Eichelman's first goal. James Steinke recorded his second of the game with 8 seconds left in the period to put CMU up 8-2. Drew Eichelman and JJ Brumit scored in the second period as the Mavs went into halftime, up 11-4, but Colorado College had a few punches left in the second half. The Tigers scored 12 seconds into the new half and outshot Colorado Mesa 22-8 in the third period. Doucet came up big with 5 saves, however, and Jed Brumit completed his hat trick as the third quarter expired with the Mavs up 13-7. Doucet added 3 more saves in the fourth quarter while his CC counterpart Ben Anastos made 5 saves in the final period and 13 in the game to prevent CMU from scoring more. As a team, the Mavericks, despite being outshot by Colorado College 47-43, put more attempts on goal by a margin of 28-20. The Mavericks also went 13 for 13 on clears for the game, including 7 for 7 in the fourth quarter. Colorado Mesa also enjoyed a 15-11 advantage in face-off wins.
The Colorado Mesa baseball team earned a split of the day's doubleheader with Chicago State this past Monday. The Mavericks came back from a loss in the first game with a 4-1 win in the second game. Colorado Mesa built a 4-1 lead after 3.5 complete innings, but couldn't hold on as they surrendered a run in the fourth and 4 in the fifth in a 7-4 loss to the Wildcats in Game 2 of the 3-game series. Conrad Villafuerte paced the Maverick offensive effort with a 2-for-3 game at the plate. He hit his third double of the season and drove in a run of the day. He singled to right field in the top of the third to plate teammate Harrison Rogers. It was another knockdown, drag out of the plate for Colorado Mesa, but the hitters broke through in the 5th inning. Freshman Colby Felix doubled to center to score Declan Weisner for the first run of the game. 2 batters later, he scored on Caleb Tomlinson's sacrifice fly to center. After Chico plated a run in the 5th, the Mavericks got a pair of insurance runs in the 6th inning. Harrison Rogers sent an RBI triple to right center to score Julian Boyd, while Rogers came around to score later on, a sacrifice fly by Kennedy Hara. As a team, the Mavericks had more hits than Chico State with 8 to their 5. Half of those hits becoming runs for the Mavs. The Mavs also had a RBIs with 4-1 than Chico State. The Mavs managed to not have a single error while then Chico had one. Chico had more strikeouts than the Mavs 5-2.
Now that we have recapped some of the games, it's time to announce our Maverick of the Week. Our Maverick of the Week goes to Denham Torgerson. Denham was named the RMAC Summit Award winner for wrestling this past Monday. He earned the honor as having the top GPA on the team that was deemed the RMAC champion. Congratulations, Denham, for your outstanding performance. You are Maverick of the Week. We are now at the end of our show, and it is time for our closing statements. My closing thought is on the tennis teams. Both the men's and women's teams also brought home wins last weekend, and right now they are close with where they stand in the RMAC. But at this rate, hopefully they can bring more wins and qualify for the Pac-West Championships.
Hopefully. My closing thoughts are on the basketball teams. This week is their last games of the regular season, and with how they've been performing, hopefully they can do really well and finish off their season really strong.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will not only finish the regular season out strong, but they will also be as successful later on. Now that we have wrapped up all the action from this week and given our closing thoughts, it is time to close the show. Thank you everyone so much for joining us this week on Maverick Postgame. I've been your host, Grace Metcalf.
And I've been Stone Quinn.
Be sure to go check out our channel 62.2 for more games and updates. We'll catch you next week on an all-new recap-packed episode of Maverick Postgame. Stay safe, Mavs, study hard, go to a game or two, and of course, have yourselves a most amazing day.